I wouldn't see any of my grandchildren. And I'm probably not going to eat lunch, or I stick food in my pockets. How could you as a doctor be telling me that I need to lose weight when you're standing in front of me 400 pounds? So how many 400-pound 75 and 80-year-olds do you see walking around? My weight loss journey, and I've always been a larger person. Growing up in New Orleans, and going through medical school. When I started medical school, I was about 250 pounds. Going through medical school, you're not really doing much. You're just kind of sitting around, eating, studying. I gained probably like 60 pounds in medical school. So during that process of when you're done with medical school, you go into training, and training was way worse because in training, you go through days where you won't have time for a lunch break. So whatever time you have to eat, you just kind of pile it on, right? Because you're trying to get through the day with as much food in your system as possible, especially me being a big guy. And not every time I would eat breakfast and I would double up on the breakfast because I'm thinking I'm probably not going to eat lunch, or I stick food in my pockets or whatever, my lab coat. And a lot of the times, I would get to eat lunch, but I've already eaten two breakfasts. So, during the process of doing that training, I gained probably another like 50 pounds. For me, there was a lot of struggle with just understanding that I shouldn't be this big, and actually doing a lot of treatments and talking to people about their need to lose weight because they're diabetic or whatever the case may be. And I always kind of felt weird because sometimes I'll be talking to a patient and they'd be like, "Man, you're bigger than I am. So how could you as a doctor be telling me that I need to lose weight when you're standing in front of me 400 pounds? For me, that was kind of like always a struggle, and I've tried different things. I've exercised, I've tried different diets and things like that. And what really changed for me was my children. So then I started thinking, if I'm 38 years old and my daughter, who was my firstborn, is just born at 38, if she decided to wait as long as I did to get married and have children and go through life that way, I wouldn't see any of my grandchildren in my mind. The reason is because I would need to be well into my 70s or 80s by the time she starts to have kids. So how many 400-pound 75 and 80-year-olds do you see walking around? So I started thinking, like, if I don't change something about my life, I'll never see her potentially even getting married, because again, you don't see 400-pound 80 or 70-year-olds. So for me, that's where it kind of started. That was the motivation, and that was besides the stuff that was happening at work with people looking at me going, why are you telling me to lose weight? You need to do it. So naturally, I decided to get on that journey because of that child. And of course, I've had more kids after that, but she was kind of the spark to go, okay, I need to be around. So, and that journey was really difficult. It was going completely and drastically changing my diet, becoming vegan, working out 7 days a week and committing to working out 7 days a week, making the time to do those kind of workouts to lose that much weight. And then the fluctuations in weight, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, and you fall off the wagon a little bit, you quit, then you get back on it. So the journey is, I feel, the same for every person. And what I didn't have was a medicine like semaglutide, Ozempic, right? Because that one really, I think, changes the game. As long as you stick to the medication, you don't have to do much dieting changes, and you don't have to do much working out, because what the medicine does really, it just helps you not take in the amount of food you would take in, and it slows down the gut, so you're not as hungry all the time. A lot of the things that people struggle with. So I think it's definitely a game changer.